over here. Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle and affirmations. I love oracle. For today is Friday, January 2nd, 2025. You may follow me on the attack, the tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. It all might resonate. It's affirmations. They're mad at me because I'm not feeding them right away, but I don't want to feed them right away because it's so freaking early, because I'm going to work early for overtime, and someone just took and now it stinks in here. So thanks a lot. We got Love Oracle cards by Island Time Wellness, Black Edition. There's also a white edition, a pink edition, which most people probably don't even know. We got one on the table. Bubbles, if you don't knock it off, I swear. Okay, we got three with bottom of the deck. We've got the dragonfly, we've got lightning, and we've got seduction. So one of two things, either okay, feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. We got one of two things. One, something's going to come to light with this dragonfly and this lightning. Like, there's going to be a change. You're going to hear something, or or maybe you'll see something. I'm not too sure. See? About some type of situation that you didn't realize was occurring, or maybe you did. Maybe you had like an inkling, but you were like, nah, like, I don't know for sure. I can't. It kind of gives like, okay, let me just give you an example. And it's just an example. It's not real. Okay. It's just an example. I have two bosses. Okay. One is a male and one is a female. Okay. The female has worked at our company for longer than the male and has seniority over him. Okay. But he has been in our department, and he has run the AutoStar department for our branch for way longer than she's been a part of our department. Okay. She came over to work in our department after we all came over to the new building like 4 years ago. Before that, she was like in receiving or shipping or something like that for a long time. This would be like finding out that my two bosses are like having a thing, like they're seeing each other outside of work. Okay. Like, and again, this is just an example because this is not happening. They don't really get along that well at work, right? But like technically, sometimes that leads to, passion, because, you get all worked up or whatever. So on the outside of work, the two of them are seeing each other. And I didn't know about it, but I find out about it. And it's like, whoa, shocking. Shock value, right? Again, that was just an example. But it would be something like that. And you might have gone along and got like little nuggets of, like, oh, that's weird. Like, oh, they're talking to each other by one of their cars. Like, I've never seen that. Like, you might have seen or heard something that gave you a little nudge, but you were like, nah, that couldn't be. And then you find out, like, holy crap. Like that kind of thing. The flip side to that is someone finding out that somebody's interested in them. So this would be like, like I'm friends with a couple of guys at work, okay, in our department. I would say like 6 of the guys in our department I'm friends with. I'm trying to think. 2, 3. 3 of them are married, 3 of them are not. Okay. All ranging in ages 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Well, I think John is like in his 60s. Yeah, I just said his name. I think he's in his 60s. Anyway, he's married. 3 of them are married, 3 of them are not. This would be like me finding out that one of those guys has been interested in me for months and now they're just finally like putting it out there. Like, hey, do you want to grab a coffee after work? Like, hey, do you want to grab a burger after work? Like, hey, I need a new crock pot for my apartment, but I don't know what I'm looking for. Would you go shopping with me after work? You know, that kind of like somebody putting the energy out there that they're interested and that they're going to try and make that connection. You know what I'm saying? It would be like that. Like, and my thing is if you follow, if you subscribe, you know that I was in love with a different guy in our department, okay? That he's not even in that 6. A different guy. Because I don't really consider him a friend anymore. You guys know I was in love with somebody else in my department. The other 6 guys that I'm friends with, like, it would never even occur to me, like, that they would be interested. Never, never, never. But this would be like that. This would be like me going into work one day and all of a sudden one of them is like, hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to do this? Do you want to get together? And it's like, and I don't know necessarily that it's in a bad way. I don't know necessarily that every person is going to be interested in the person that's interested in them. Does that make sense? Like somebody might show interest in you and you're going to have to be like, oh, I don't think so. Like, I don't think so. And some of you might be interested, you know? Some of you might be pretty happy that somebody's interested in you. So take how it resonates for you. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated. I hope it was entertaining. I hope it was useful. I'll talk to you later. Bye.